government will probably make your credit cards cancelled. That's one thing you can be sure of. So it kind of feels like coming home. 11 years ago, we've been in CCH here in Hamburg for the first time. You remember, before the Congress went to Leipzig. 2 years ago, we were here for the first time. And we're still concerned about the same things: Nazis, fascists. And of course, I'm now talking about several German regulations here that have to do with the streets. And of course, with the Christian Democratic Union. And now we see a trailer. That I'm gonna shoot you because you're a cunt. So 2 people came up to me. He pushed me to the floor. I was lying on the floor. I thought it was over. And then all of a sudden I just saw feet coming against my head and my hands. Okay, this is the same video again.
Young, brutal and hard right.
So this happened 2 days later, and this woman is talking about having been hit on the floor while feet are coming towards her head, and how she's defending herself. Luckily, I only had a
brain trauma, fortunately. Yeah, fortunately just a brain trauma. What we see is from this current year, and incidents like that are in the thousands now, right? Extreme violence is exploding. In 2025 and 2026, this trend will surely continue. The numbers are from 2024, the official statistics. And things that 2 years ago were completely unthinkable are now openly demanded by the right extremist AfD party, and they're implemented by the parties in government, the CDU, the Conservatives. Never has a party so blatantly called for the deportation of people. But no one is supposed to have known where the problem came from. You see the blue line here. These are the federal election results of the AfD party in percent, and in red above, you see the number of right extremist crimes in thousands. And that is only the known numbers. The share of right extremist violence that is not known is not counted because they might not be reported, and the crimes that are reported are only clarified by about 40%. So if you are attacked by a Nazi and report it, you have a chance of 2 to 5 that your case will be clarified. Currently, the AfD is fighting in courts across the country against state classification as a certainly right extremist party. And they're fighting this same on the federal level as well. And the report on the AfD by the Interior Secret Service has been leaked, and the Interior Minister has talked about his own expertise against in a paper saying that it's not enough. That was the Bild tabloid newspaper. But there's also an expertise by the University of Cologne that deals with the expertise by the Interior Secret Service. And they are of a slightly different opinion than the head of that ministry. And they're calling the very good foundation for a ban of the AfD party, 576 pieces of evidence in favor of a ban. And that they call significant. And also they come to the conclusion that there has to be a working group between the federal states and the federal level to work out an application for a party ban on the AfD by the time that the AfD will have lost their court cases against this procedure. So in the view of exploding violent crime from the right, politics now really have to act and no longer wait until it will be too late. The AfD ban is the strongest political force because more than half of the German people are in favor of it, and 3/4 think that the AfD party is a threat to our democracy. When we were sitting here 2 years ago, we had the website AfD-Verbot, AfD-Ban translated, and that collected 2,500, I don't know, pieces of evidence, 2,500, and now we are with more than 4,000. But this year, we have also introduced the judge mode. You can click on judge and find those pieces that have central significance for a banning procedure. Every piece of evidence has a file. Here, for example, someone calling for martial arts to fight against people alien to our culture. And this is someone who is now one of the founding members of the new AfD youth organizations. And the website has about 20,000 visits every day, and what we particularly like is that these are all from Google, so these are politicians searching for their names, perhaps, and so we are the market leader. In more than half of these politicians' cases, our site is above the politician's own website in the ranking. And we have an award procedure as well. The audience award of the Grimme Online Award, they won an award. The audience award in the media award, in a popular media award, the Grimme Award, went to the Center for Political Beauty for the AfD ban website. And I have to say, please do applaud, but only applaud shortly. But we all agree that that is not enough. Online collections of evidence are not enough. This evidence has to be put on the streets, and that's why I introduced the Adenauer SRP+. And the question that we always have to answer, what is the point about Adenauer SRP+? To be short, Adenauer, who was the first chancellor head of government in post-war Germany, he instigated the party ban of the Socialist Imperial Party at the time, and that was the first party to be banned in post-war Germany, and the plus is made to refer to AfD. The bus is actually on site here. Much of work is still going on there. From last year, okay.
Last year it was built here.
It was built here last year.
Nazis get out? No, Nazis come into this vehicle. We present to you the Adenauer SRP Plus. Over 100 parliament members are in favor of checking whether the AfD should be banned, but they don't have the support of the party leaders. It's enough. Since mid-September, we showed civil society over 6,000 people have made clear with the donation that they support us. The Adenauer is now entering regular service, and it's always going to be there where the haters are spreading hate. And this is in direction of Scholz. We're asking, why are you preventing the AfD ban? You're not the one who has to make the decision, but this is going to have be decided by our constitutional court. Höcke said into the camera himself, we can get rid of 20% of our population. We don't need them, he said. Inside the vehicle.
Ihr habt die ganzen Features gesehen im Fahrzeug.
You saw all the features in the vehicle. We have the most modern technology for message transmission. Everything here is cutting edge. We really spent a lot of money at a German classifieds portal. But we also have space for the secure transport of up to 20 AfD parliament members, and the centerpiece are all of the proof that we collected and we faxed it into the Adenauer, and it's sorted by person. And then 14 hours afterwards, Stefan became victim of a small technical problem. There, the bus by the activists from the Center for Political Beauty has some technical problems, and then suddenly they can drive, and another street towards the AfD Congress is blocked. So even small actions can have big consequences. Well, you know, the bus is broken. I really tried. We just wanted to go around this corner, but the motor doesn't work anymore. You know, you can try yourself. I'm really sorry. And something's wrong with like the pressure system. We're just stuck here. Yeah, I understood. Yeah, small accident, everybody knows that. But where did you get stuck? So this is the AfD party congress, and this side has been reserved for protests, and everywhere in the city there were blockades, and the police tried to bring the police via this route to this AfD party congress, but then this happened. Tough luck. And with the Adenauer, there was no getting through there. So all of them had to somehow be smuggled through with or without violence. And now this is how you calculate your return on investment when you bought something. Now, this is our formula for return on investment. Isabel, I also want to talk about the protest, because here you can see that this protest exists. I can step aside for a moment. It's pretty empty here, even though right now the party congress was supposed to start. Dear friends, all of you noticed today getting to the party congress was really more than difficult. All right, so the Adenauer, within 16 hours, got a great return from all of our investors, which is all of you. That's a new record. And of course, we can only make this possible with other organizations. So in Riesa, that were hundreds, and here's a few select ones like the Grandmothers Against Right or the Anti-Fascist Action. And we also had a support center for politicians here to support them to understand the AfD ban. And all in all, we really have not enough time within 40 minutes. So we're going to have to make a jump now. 3 months, we are advanced now, to the television moment of the year. This is the German news broadcast Tagesschau. Weidel and the interviewer Markus Preis had difficulties talking. In the background you can hear the bus projecting the song Scheiß AfD, which means the AfD is shit. And this is one of the biggest yearly interviews in the public broadcast channel ARD. And they're right now talking about that they would like to talk to each other, but Weidel says that she has problems understanding with this in the background, and she's using this as an excuse to not answer questions that she doesn't want to answer. She says she would really like to talk, but yeah. Yes, Markus Preis unfortunately could not use his magic removal kit, remove the magic from the AfD. So the Tagesspiegel, a large German newspaper, says there was a bus that was playing loud music, which made it difficult to have the interview. And unfortunately, someone had to go pee and had to put up the sign and say, you know, sorry, I can't drive the bus away.
So what does our return on investment chart say here? Germany loves the Adenauer bus. Wherever we go, everybody loves us, except I don't.
Hallo, hallo. Jetzt bin ich wieder da.
Okay, I'm back. I was gone for a moment. Hi. Okay, so here is an example. We see some kind of route. Imagine this is 1,000, 2,000 kilometers from Hamburg to Venice. So imagine with your car or the Adenauer, you're going all the way from Hamburg to Venice. So in the beginning, when we start, there's going to be a complete walkthrough by the cops through your car, right? But hey, 16 kilometers, you just started getting on a highway. There are already 3 hours of control through the cops. Result? We need a new mirror to see everything in the back. So somebody has to go and get it, and then we're allowed to move on. After 170 kilometers, kind of on the height of Hanover and Kassel, again, 1 hour controlled by the cops. Then everything's fine. At 320 kilometers, spontaneous control, everything is okay. At 420 kilometers in Fulda, in reality in Neuruppin. So in the Sunday evening, the bus is on the way from supporting the grammars against right-wing politics. And spontaneously, the cops are there. What a surprise. And it might have been a mere coincidence, but there's also experts that control our bus and find out it cannot drive anymore. It is not allowed and not safe for the road because some kind of foil has been sticked on the wrong way, and that's why our roof is not safe enough. Woo! So we drive 5 kilometers to visit a person that is responsible for security and have him look at it, and voila, everything is okay. So we can move on, but only for 5 kilometers. We're still in Fulda. And out of mere coincidence, another 1 hour check through the police. So we're at 470 kilometers now. And in Würzburg, we get through another control, and then we can move on. And for like us, really far, after 400 kilometers only, we get the next control. And then our bus is seized. It takes 6 months until this seizement gets declared as illegal by the judges in Berlin. And then they have to pay 10,000 euro for all they've been doing there. So the bus is again put into a control to see if it is really a good bus and if it is really allowed to drive. And what we see, we have a broken blinker, a broken indicator. So it was a big fun. We could even go a complete 1,000 kilometers with the bus. And then this man joins the stage. And this is the main commissar of the cops in Saxony. And he's also widely known from a TV show called Watch Out, Control. Saxony? There was something. Didn't they pay 7 million euro for some tanks from Rheinmetall? And when you pay 7 million euro, you get to have your favorite emblem on the seat, the emblem of Saxony, the kingdom. To be part of the police in Saxony, you need to go through a very complex ritual. That's at least what the Interior Minister of Saxony says. So how do you do this, Stefan? Okay, so you need to drink a lot of alcohol and then shave all your hair. Then you knee down and somebody puts a helm onto your head. They put some disinfection on it and set it aflame. Somebody hits on your head with a shovel and shouts, "Now you're a part of it." And that's what makes me a cop? No, not yet. You need to eat a very hot curry sausage with 1 million Scoville of hotness without the sauce. So this is kind of 400 times as hot as regular Tabasco. And that's what makes you a part of the police in Saxony. Like Ringo, but back to this person. What did he do? So he again confiscated the Adenauer. And exactly in that moment when we wanted to go and visit the CSD, the Christopher Street Day, which is like a pride parade here in Germany, in Döbeln. Polizei Main Kommissar Ringo Schneider in his motorcycle.
Schneider, police in Chemnitz. But, well, he will confiscate this anyway. Someone higher up who went away said, "Now you've got Mr. Schneider with you." And all we want to do is celebrate CSD peacefully. Hey, why do you treat me like this? What is going on now? Could you please hand me Mr. Schneider, please? Yeah, could you please talk with our lawyer for a bit? No. I could just say the same. Who would I be? So, could you speak to my lawyer? No. This is effective legal protection, right? Rico Schneider is a dangerous police person because he has his own agenda and he lies and deceives. A few examples. Ringo claims all the devices were ready to be operational. But the fact is that Ringo himself ordered us to connect all those devices. Ringo claims that the judge ordered a confiscation, but the truth is the judge, as you can see from the file here, said, I declined the confiscation. So he simply ignores everything. Ringo Schneider has deceived the court. He has confiscated the Adenauer against the order of the court. He handed all the legal applications in the wrong way, which is documented. He spreads fake news, and he handed the vehicle to the inspection in a manipulated way. And the next slide contains some details that for tactical reasons, legal procedural reasons, we're not going to publish. So what did we do to be able to go back on the road? Well, we went to the next inspection site and let them inspect everything. Mr. Schneider from Chemnitz Police, we have good news for you. We have cleared all non-existing flaws. We collected our number plates and we can go back on the road. And could you please tell that to Berlin Police so that they know it as well? Or we are going to tell them. Police in Berlin, what can we do for you? Yes, I'm here from the Adenauer SRP Plus. I just wanted to report that the bus is now back on the road. It has been readmitted so that we're back on. We're going to tell you that. And could we have the written documentation of that? Of course you can. Okay, great. Then I'll pass this on and you can go. Thank you. So, the police statistics of the Adenauer SRP Plus, it was confiscated twice. And at the end of the year, of course, you kind of summarize. So, 2 confiscations returned twice. One of these confiscations was already declared illegal, and for the second, we await the declaration of it being legal, and you can be sure that it will come. We had 5 main inspections and 5 full expertises, 4 partial inspections, 3 security checks, and 27 random traffic checks overall. And the investor balance sheet now, which is also important, you can. So we massively disturbed 3 party conferences. We made a summer interview more beautiful. We disturbed 42, or we enforced 42 demos and protests, and we visited 13 election stands on the street and 9 schools. But hang on, didn't we forget one AfD event? Oh yeah, the one in Gießen. In Gießen, the youth organization of the AfD was founded or was refounded. Remember, the old youth organization was too extremist in the view of the party leadership and would always have been banned, so they closed it down and a new one had to be created. And there was a great plan that we came up with the police to protect everyone's fundamental rights in the best way. So there was a demonstration ban zone across the whole of the city, and that was the time when finally we did want to go. And the convention center in Gießen justified their renting it out to the AfD, that everyone has the right to run affairs. So we then started an anti-fair with the argument that we have been planning for a long time to run a big anti-fascist fair, and because the AfD hadn't rented the whole area, it would be a great synergy, of course. But we do need 1,000 square meters for the exhibition, including strong electric current, 300 square meters for our leadership, 500 square meters for gastronomy, 800 square meters outside for anti-fascist presentations, and 2 to 3 rooms for talks, for trade negotiations. Strangely, they denied. So what did we do instead? We came up with a new plan. Faster than the police would allow. So we came ahead in the very early morning. You know the picture here? Oh, finally we are in the red zone. And suddenly we are at the convention center. AfD ban. All of Gießen hates the AfD. How then do you enter a ban zone and exercise your fundamental rights? You might be surprised about this logo. Property is something that is not a part of legal deliberations. So, if you have a lot of property, you cannot even take a small part of it away, and that's what we used. So, we rented the property opposite the convention center, and then we put up things like an LED board, 32 by 1.5 meter banner calling for an AfD ban, and we took our dear Adenauer bus and put it there. So this is our convention, our fair, and what you can't really see here, this green bit, this is the projection. So we searched the whole market for projectors, and we rented the very ultra-modern equipment that you see here. This is the stadium floodlight. The stadium floodlight Aramais 2500, built in 1996, and that is which we used to project Hitler Youth in AfD youth speak. And that completed the film set for the official application video for the new youth organization, Generation Germany is what they're called, for the Interior Secret Service report in 2025. Are you ready for that? political beauty. Okay, now we have to declare cease. Dear lawyer Stahl from the Keitersberg law firm in Regensburg, I will now assure in advance that neither I nor our organization will ever repeat the claim that your clients Lukas Kaiser, Simon Kugemeyer and Hermann Appelhans from the AfD district of Regensburg, who are founding members of the Generation Germany, that they called for the Generation Germany being able to choose their own symbols, and that they showed the so-called white power greeting, whatever that is. And as you point out in your letter, this is, of course, the very normal, clear sign from divers signing language. So that has been clarified now. Okay, that was 2025. Oh, no, hang on, we have one more.
Many think that if you look at this, it really can't get worse with the AfD. But next year, there could be a point of no return in the German history. Fall in time. In these two countries in Germany, there will be elections in Saxony-Anhalt and Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Please enter this into your calendar. And this person here could be the first minister president of the AfD. He, of course, also was at the deputation conference in Potsdam, and he thought that our new chancellor would like this, because he's also upset about the city imagery, which there was a large controversy around what our chancellor said recently. So we have to go to Saxony-Anhalt, because this small booklet, which is the German constitution, does not protect itself by itself. We have to do it. So we really can't let it get that far. If the AfD gets into power, then only with someone in a coalition, so with the Greens or the leftist party, or with the SPD, the path to fascism goes through the conservatives. That's how it was back then, and this is how it will happen again. With the immigration limitation law, we will accept. There was no power for Hitler without the conservatives. There is no power options for the AfD without the CDU. We have to make sure that the conservatives never enter an agreement with the AfD again, because already there's conservatives working together with the AfD. Only with the pact between the CDU and the AfD, our democracy can be destroyed. This needs to end. The left is over. There is no more left majority, and there's no more left politics in this country.
Says Chancellor Friedrich Merz.
What we need is a lot of power. What we need is Walter Lübcke, who was murdered for his engagement for democracy. He was murdered by a member of the AfD, and in court he said the AfD inspired him for this murder, and the CDU must never forget those who tried to stop fascism. We need to rebuild the great firewall against the right for the CDU. With Walter Lübcke's courage, that's why we made a bronze statue of him, and that right in front of the CDU Party Central. We will build the Walter Lübcke Memorial Park directly in front of the party center. We will turn the street into a sign against fascists and murderers. We will bring the memorial for Walter Lübcke to the place where it is most needed. Every day, CDU party members will go past Walter Lübcke and measure their own actions against what he did to protect our democracy. So please donate now to make this memorial possible. With your donation, you will set a precedence against the right and against the AfD, and you also get some nice gifts in return. Go to cdumemorial.de.
The video showed CDU politicians mourning for Walter Lübcke, which didn't happen these were not real images. Walter Lübcke was a CDU politician who was murdered.
We thought that if there is a CDU politician that everyone can get behind and who all of us can look up to for his life's work, then that's Walter Lübcke, who was shot by a follower of the AfD because he was trying to protect our democracy. So why not build the Walter Lübcke Square in front of the CDU party? So that brings us back to the beginning of our talk. The CDU forgot the murder way too soon, but maybe they just didn't have any time to build a memorial for Walter Lübcke. So we had the time and we did it with your help. And that's also mentioned on the memorial itself. Berlin.
Berlin wird von einem CDU-Bürgermeister regiert.
Berlin has a CDU mayor and Germany by a CDU chancellor. They must have been absolutely enthusiastic about this if we take the opportunity to thank someone from the CDU. So what did they say to Walter Lübcke? With using the suffering of a murdered politician to use it as an instrument, this is really completely tasteless. I really think this is completely tasteless, our German Chancellor Merz said. So we think someone who was murdered by right radicals, right extremists, to forget that and to not draw any conclusions from that, that is truly impossible to beat in terms of how tasteless it is.
Das Denkmal für Walter Lübcke ist jetzt für 2 Jahre.
The memorial for Walter Lübcke has been officially approved, and the CDU cannot do anything against it anymore. But also, why should they?
Yeah, what could they have against honoring Walter Lübcke? That's the big mystery. But the problem is, this CDU is holding us in their hands, our futures. They decide whether the AfD will get to power or not. So this is really nice pictures. I've been visiting the memorial several times, so put your hands up, everyone. Who's been there? Yeah, I knew it. Some of you have been. So all the time there's some people coming by, are sad, are fulfilling their memory, bring flowers. So the society, you are here because the firewall against fascists, that's people, that's you. And now it's also the space in Berlin, except people from the CDU. No one of them came by yet. And I mean it, no one. So really check this out. It is really directly in front of this Konrad Adenauer house where they sit. So, dear CDU, what does it cost you to walk down these stairs and just to visit a memorial? What does it cost you to put a flower there? It's not too late. It's never too late. So, thank you very much with this bittersweet presentation. Oh, we still have a minute. We still have something very small for you. We're the Center for Political Beauty, and we're not financed by the state, as the AfD tries to tell you. No, the state actually costs us a whole lot of money. And we need that. So you can give us your money, and you can go to our website, and then you can buy extremely nice gadgets to support our struggle. And only until the 31st of December you can go there and give us some money for the memorial for Walter Lübcke. And also, if you want to become one of our accomplices, you can also give us like money regularly, monthly. And yeah, we're very grateful that you're here, that you're supporting us. You're the greatest audience we've ever had. And the person is holding up a blinky LED chain.
Und danke auch nochmal an den CCC, was ihr macht, ist wirklich.
And thank you to the CCC. All of you doing is amazing. Also thanks to the angels and especially to the post office. So the moment I came here up to stage, I got a Chaos Post package, and in it I could find this really nice LED Adenauer version as a chain necklace. And with this, a big applause. Thank you so much to Stefan Pelzer and Philipp Ruch of the Center of Political Beauty. Thank you for your anti-fascist struggle. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you're doing. This is your applause. Thank you very much.